Now for a word from today's video sponsor, BetUS. BetUS is an online gaming and sports betting company. This is America's favorite sports book and an A-rated sports book on Sportsbook Advisors. BetUS has every single sport that you can think of, especially college football. Y'all know, Coach, I like college football. So anything from the coin flip to who gonna score the first touchdown to what boxer's going to win in a big time prize fight. They got it all, and it's all on their website. So for me, you know I love football, and the NFL and college football seasons are here with basketball right around the corner. So if you like to bet on the NFL, NBA, Major League, college sports, all that, horse racing, whatever you have, this is the place to go, man. So if you sign up with my link today down in the description, BetUS is giving away 125% sign up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets because it's the 30th year anniversary. So go ahead, use my link in the description to sign up, get your bonus. Sound like a pretty sweet deal to me. BetUS supports the Fan Addict and the Fan Addict supports BetUS. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, remember to gamble responsibly because we not out here telling you who to bet with, but we just telling you here's an avenue that you can use to do that betting. Now let's get to the video. Welcome in, college football fans. It is another episode of the Fan Addict on Fan Addict Sports Network, man. Listen, I'm Coach I, man, rolling solo this week, man. Stat Guy will be back next week, back on his usual task, man. But today we're here to talk about Miami Hurricanes taking on the Texas A&M Aggies, man.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
the fanatic, where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk, you know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina, upstate, A64. Yeah, the FANATTIC, the fanatic, where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I
All right,
see.
man, that's right. We're here to talk Miami and Texas A&M, one of the more interesting matchups of week 2. Hey, if you're new to the channel, we talk college football all the time. We do live streams, we do game previews. We have on other college football content creators, especially on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time, man. We do the Saturday night snap count where we recap all of the day's games, man. Y'all should check that out for sure. So if you're new to the channel, man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and share it with your friends, man, so we can get that content out, man. But now for the task at hand, man, talking about the Hurricanes taking on the Aggies. I personally think this is one of the bigger matchups of the weekend. It's going to say, both fan bases kind of, in that wait and see mode to see if they're really back, to see if they're on their way back or making positive strides, I would say. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, man. We'll recap last week's games or week one's games, I would say. Then we'll talk about Miami's offense versus Texas A&M defense. We'll talk about the reverse of Miami's defense taking on Texas A&M offense, and then I'll give some keys to the game and some predictions, man. If you want those spreads and game picks, man, we drop a video each week, our weekly picks, and that'll come out on every Tuesday. So be sure to tune in to that. I will pick a winner, but I won't talk about the spread and things of that nature until that video. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Week one recap, man. So Texas A&M played New Mexico. They handled business like they were supposed to. Connor Wigman has won the job, over Max Johnson. And I'm be honest, man, he looks a lot better than Max Johnson. Again, it was New Mexico, so we can't read a lot into it. One thing is, coming into the season, they got a new offensive coordinator, Bobby Petrino. And regardless of how you feel about the culture of the program, they got talent over there, and Bobby Petrino knows how to score points. On the flip side, Miami took on Miami of Ohio. You had Blaine Gabbard's younger brother playing quarterback, coming out talking about they were the real Miami and all of that stuff. Not a good thing when you taking on a team that's full of athletes like that. So don't get it twisted, man. Just because people haven't seen Miami be the glory days of the U, they always have talent down there in South Florida. Miami handled business. Tyler Van Dyke, he still got to clean up some stuff, man. Questionable throws at times. He's efficient, but not overwhelming. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm liking that running back duo. I mean, the duo really, Henry Paris and Mark Fletcher, but they go deep with AJ Allen and Don Chaney too. So, and then the wide receivers on the outside, especially like Kobe Young, man, the dude's huge out there. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup, man. So let's talk about that offense versus the Texas A&M defense. The this is going to be like, just skill all over the field. You got Texas A&M who looks physical. The D line looks physical, light on their feet. You got the front seven, including Shamar Stewart, Edgerrin Cooper at linebacker, Walter Nolan. Listen, man, former 5-star from 2022, is coming into his own. Transfer from Boston College, Josh Berry. He led the teams in tackles in the first week. Man, had a sack and an interception. Listen, one thing we can say about Texas A&M is even through all of this, I know Jimbo gets a lot of flack and all that, but they've always had good defense. Even in losses, they've always had good defense. So they're taking on what I think is one of the better offenses that Miami has had in the recent years. Again, Tyler Van Dyke, he was rookie of the year in the ACC in 2021. Last year, I blame more so the OC, not Josh Gaddis not fitting his offense around Tyler Dyke, and now he's just now trying to recover from that. You got some transfers in on that O line. Listen, man, not for nothing. I want to say Phil Steele had these guys like the whole offensive line is like first team All ACC or something like that, led by UCF transfer Matt Lee at center. That dude's a mauler up front. And I already talked about the running backs, man. I'm especially like, listen, man, Henry Parrish did his thing last year in this game. Had like 85 yards on 16 carries or something like that. But he looked like he's picking up where he left off. You got Mark Fletcher again. And then, I mean, not for nothing, your backups are AJ Allen and Don Chaney. This is a deep running back room, and I think they can rely heavily on that when Tyler Dyke needs to. But like I said, Kobe Young, Jacoby George, both of those guys on the outside. This is going to be an interesting matchup between these skill position players and the skill position players on the side of Texas A&M. Jimbo going against Mario Cristobal. Mario's a physical, downhill attack style coach. So this is going to be honestly like it might be old snobber knocker. It might not be as many points as people want to see, but it definitely could be interesting. Now, on the other side of that, we got to talk about the Miami defense trying to corral this Texas A&M offense. Again, just one game. It's New Mexico, but I'm telling people, I don't care what you think about Bobby Petrino. It doesn't matter where he goes. He can score. He can put up points on the board. Their offense is just it has a new look to it. More 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, a little bit up tempo, not hectic, helter skelter or whatever, but it's definitely moving at a faster pace. The question is, can Jimbo stay out of his way? Because if Jimbo can stay out of his way, we already know they got guys for days. I mean, Texas A&M has been in like the top 5 in recruiting, the past 3 or 4 cycles. So they got guys. I mean, Connor Wegman's mobility, I think that's going to help out a lot. And when I say mobility, I ain't talking about just around in the pocket. The dude could actually, can move laterally and looks pretty light on the feet, man. So you got Evan Stewart, Noah Thomas, Anaya Smith at that wide receiver position going up against one of the better secondaries. I like their secondary, at Miami. You got Cam Kitchens, of course. He's the leader of the group, but you also got 6'5" safety James Williams and then cornerback Jay Davis out there. That's the matchup you're gonna be looking for, man. I mean, not for nothing. If that's a stalemate, then you got that Texas A&M um, offense with running back Daniels and Moss, and then 2023 5-star Ruben Owens. Maybe he gets more touches. Miami's defense looked a little bit more physical this year than they did last year. And I know again the first game, but it's Miami. But you start to look for those little things. Can they were getting pressure with just 4. And if you can get pressure with 4, that leaves those DBs back there to make all the plays, and they got the DBs in the secondary to do it. I mean, that's going to be the thing. Can Jafari Harvey, I think I'm saying his name, Jafari. If I'm mispronouncing that, Miami fans, let me know. Jafari Harvey and that front 7, can they continue to get pressure with little to no manufactured pressure by blitzing and things of that nature, just some twists and stunts here and there. So, um, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I think it's a lot of talent going to be on this field. Last year, it was um, at A&M. They had the 12th man going for them. This year it's at Miami. Can Miami use that home field advantage? So let's just talk about a couple of keys, man. Just things that just stand out right at the front. Can Bobby Petrino have carte blanche at play calling? Because if he does, he's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people this year. Again, because of the talent that they have at Texas A&M, I think that's the biggest key for Texas A&M. Can Jimbo stay out of Petrino's way? For Miami, can they build on what they did, against Miami of Ohio? Tyler Van Dyke threw for a touchdown and an interception. Like I said, sometimes these sales throws, can he get back to the rookie ACC rookie of the year form that was, because he has the talent on the outside and he has running backs. And if you get into a situation, there's no need to panic. You can rely on that run game heavily and try to move the ball. And then on the flip side of that, I want to see Cam Kitchens, James Williams, Jaden Davis, and those other DBs take on this talented, very talented wide receiver core with Evan Stewart, Noah Thomas, and Anaya Smith. This is going to be an interesting matchup, man. Right now, I'm gonna go with my prediction is that Jimbo's gonna stay out of the way. Petrino's gonna be able to do his thing. This game may be closer than people think, but I think at the end of the day, I'm going with Texas A&M, man. I think Texas A&M is gonna have a little bit more offense than Miami can keep up with. I don't know right now what I'm picking the score to be, but I got Texas A&M pulling this thing out. But not to like talk down on Miami, because I think Miami's going to put up a very good game. But I think Texas A&M, listen, and top to bottom, I just think they got more talent. Whether you're looking at putting people in the recruiting talent, like I say, a lot of these guys we're still waiting on, but recruiting talent has always been there. So I'm going with Texas A&M in this one, man. Again, don't forget to check out the Tuesday video, my weekly picks, and we'll talk about the point spreads and what I think the over-unders, things like that. Be sure to check in for that, man. So, hey, man, this has been a preview of the Miami Hurricanes versus Texas A&M Aggies. Hurricane fans, Aggie fans, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Tell me what I got wrong. Tell me what I got right. Who I'm missing. Who you think will step up, and what your predictions are. Hey, shout out to my brother, man. He's a diehard Miami fan. And I hope I did you proud, bro, on the Miami preview. So I know you wanted me to pick Miami, but he always tell me to keep it real. So hey, that's it for me, man. It's Coach I, the Fan Addict on the Fan Addict Sports Network. I'm out of here.
We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the Fan Addict, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry gonna eat everything up off they plate?